Welcome into the channel. My name is Laurel with the Curated Caravan. Unfortunately, sometimes I do not listen to my own advice, and even this week, I made one of these mistakes myself. I am here to give you 5 reselling mistakes and how you can avoid them. So drop a comment below. Let me know which one of these mistakes that you've dealt with, or any other mistakes that are on your list. So please like and subscribe, and let's resell. Okay, so let's start with tip number 1, and that would be to buy items without first doing some research on them. So sometimes it can be awkward. Sometimes you might not have great cell reception, which unfortunately can happen to me up here in the mountains. But you really, before you're buying items, you want to make sure that they're going to be worth your while. So you want to run comps. When someone says running comps, you want to compare the prices online that things are selling for with what you've got. So we're not just talking about what things are listed for, because what things list for and what things sell for are two different things. So you can go to eBay, you can go to Poshmark, you can even go to like ChatGPT, and I don't know how accurate it is, but you can filter in eBay and Poshmark for what things have sold for. So that will give you a general idea of how much you can expect to actually make from that item rather than what it's listed for. That is mistake number 1, is buying without researching. Step number 2 is the quality of your photos. So the mistake would be bad photos. You want to make sure that you have good lighting. Natural lights are the best. Sometimes you got to make do though. Sometimes you have to use some artificial light. Sometimes you have to do some touch-ups in editing, which I tend to do almost every time because my lighting is just never great. I do have box lights. They're always going out. So anyway, enough of my problems. But make sure those pictures are clear. They're not blurry. They're not dark, because if they are, people will tend to scroll on by and go to one that is clear. Detail shots are good. I like a photo of the label. And definitely, I've seen items that are only stock photos. I would never buy an item that was only stock photos, because you have no idea what you're actually getting. So mistake number 2 is bad photos. Mistake number 3 would be bad pricing. Either over or under even can be a mistake. If you value something too low, people might think, oh, well, it's priced that low because it's in really bad condition. I was just shopping for some sneakers, and I wanted some that were worn in because I'm just going to use them for a specific activity, and I didn't want to pay a lot of money. So I was looking at the lower end of the pricing, but there were some that were like $5, and I am never going to look at a $5 item more than likely for a pair of shoes, because you know it's going to be trash. So if your item is in good condition, you want to give it a decent price, and you want to leave yourself room for offers, because in general, majority of my sales are from offers, either offers someone will make me or offers I will send. So you want to give yourself some room, but you also don't want to overprice it either. So that's where the comparing comps, checking the comps, where that all comes in, because you want to leave yourself wiggle room, but you don't want it to price things too low either. So it's just getting that sweet spot of just the right amount. And you can adjust that, of course, later on too. So that was mistake number 3, over and under pricing. Step number 4 would be ignoring customer service. If you've got questions, you want to answer those questions. When you get a sale, you don't want to wait 3 days. Whatever, Poshmark gives you, I think, 3 days to mail. You don't want to wait until the end of that time. I just ordered some things. I'm using myself for all of these things. I just ordered something on, I think Mercari, I ordered something, and it was like 2 days, 3 days, they still haven't mailed it. And you start wondering if it's a reputable seller, and you don't have any trust in that seller, and you might not want to buy from them again because they do wait on shipping. So that is one thing that I try to ship every day. I ship 5 days a week, some Saturdays, just depending on my mood and what's going on. But definitely 5 days a week I do shipping. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, answering the measurements. Unfortunately, it seems like people that ask a lot of questions, people that ask for measurements, generally do not buy. Although I did have one just this last week ask for measurements and then they did buy. So it's better to answer the questions. Answer the questions. What was my other thought? Oh, don't take low offers personally. Just because a person has come in with a low ball offer, I almost always will counter. Sometimes I will decline. If it's like, if it's a $50 item and the person offers me $5, generally I will decline that because that's just ridiculous. But if it's like a $25 offer, which I still will not usually accept because that's 50% off, but I will counter. And, in general, people like to do a little countering, and don't take it personally. And, if I send an offer, it's nothing personal. It's just, trying to see how desperate the seller is. So don't ignore customer service, and be quick to respond to your buyers. Number 5, not disclosing condition. If you are going to be buying something and you get it in the mail and there is a spot, of course you are going to be disappointed. If, like, back to the sneakers that I just purchased, I know they've got condition issues, but that's disclosed. And better to know what you're getting, because some people don't care. Some people don't care if it's got a hole that's been repaired on a sweater. Sometimes I will sell sweaters that I've repaired. And people, if it's a cashmere sweater, a lot of people don't care, especially if it's on the back, and it's somewhere back on the neckline and it's been repaired. A lot of people don't care as long as they know in advance. So you don't want people to be surprised when they get their item and be disappointed, because you are looking at a return, you are looking at bad feedback, all those things that we do not want. Okay, so here an add-on to that mistake of not disclosing condition is when you are buying, look things over carefully before you buy. So a couple days ago, I was at the thrift. I was checking out. So she was ringing up all of my purchases, and I see behind the counter, there is this cute hat. Here's the hat. It's a cute hat. It's felt. I looked at the leather rim, or whatever this is called, the band. And I thought, oh, that's a really nice hat. And it's from Scala is the brand. Great comps. I looked that up. And I did not, because I was checking out and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to throw it in. It was $10. And then I got it and I realized somebody has trimmed the edge. So they have cut. Obviously they didn't like the brim. It must have been too wide for them, and they have cut it themselves. I did look it up, and all the others had a finished rim. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this hat. I'm not a hat person. I don't wear hats, and I don't know. I might list it and try to, and I will of course disclose this because it's a really nice hat. It's got this leather braid, or not braid, but whatever you want to call that. You can see it close up. But had I taken the time and looked at it closely before I purchased it, I wouldn't have got it, because it's a little bit wonky on the edge, and it's a bad buy. It's a bad buy. And so if you check condition before you leave, check sweaters, make sure there's no holes. You might want to hold it up to light just so you can see holes in it. I had another top that I just bought where the armpit is ripped out because I didn't take the time to check. So I'm just trying to save you guys a little bit of time when you are thrifting and save you from bad buys. So that is it. That is step number 5. And now I'm going to go over and get my little haul that I did the other day, which the hat was part of. So that was a loss. Bought a couple of things, I think, for myself, but I'll show you the rest. Okay, so I ran into my local thrift store, picked up a few things, a couple of good things in this one. We'll start it off. This was on the half off of $6.99, $3.50, a little J. Crew shift dress, mini, great pattern. It's probably poly lined. Let's see, it is polyester, but it just, it's a cute print, and it was not a bad price. So that's my reasoning on that one. A bra, I will pick up bra, especially the larger sizes. They tend to sell better for me than smaller sizes. This one, the brand is Passionata, and it was $3.99. It's a 36 triple D. And the comps did look pretty good. Now, I don't always follow my own advice. So I did look up comps, but sometimes I just do it so quickly. I'm hoping that comps were actually good, but it's in fantastic condition. This is a pair of pants. They are wide leg pleated pant, wide leg in a khaki. The brand is Avec les Filles. And, I didn't even see it had, okay. I didn't even see this at the thrift. I just looked up comps and they looked good. But it's got the Anthropologie tag. So it's got the Anthropologie tag, new with tags. They retailed for $130 and they're a size 10. So, bonus. They were $9.99, which is paying up for me, especially. Actually, I can't believe I bought these for $10, but they're on trend. They're a wide leg, so and they've got the Anthropologie tag. So I'm still good with that. $10 is just kind of high for me. I'm a cheapskate. Okay, this is some Lacoste jeans. There's the alligator branding. They've got the back pockets that look like that. I paid, these were, I believe, were these on the dollar rack, or I think these were on the dollar rack, and they're Lacoste, like I said, Lacoste jeans. So they're a wide leg also. I don't remember what size they are, but I think those are good. This is a little Free People bralette. These are good sellers, general. You're not going to make a whole lot of money, but decent. Sale usually $3.99 is what I paid. It's a size, I don't know what size. I'm not seeing it. Small. It's a small. It's in like a lavender. Really pretty. Another bra that I picked up was a Victoria's Secret. I will pick these up. I think they price them they price them at $3.99 at this store, so that's a decent price for a Victoria's Secret bra in fantastic condition, in pink lace underwire. Then what else did I pick up? I picked up a Michael Stars dress for $3.99. No, it's not a dress. That's right. It's a little hoodie. It's like a long line hoodie. A little older probably, but I thought it was cute. 100% American. So it's older. It's one of the one size, but Michael Stars sells really well for me. So that is why I picked that up. Sometimes you just trust your gut. This one I picked up because I get sometimes these ads, I don't know, and they're kind of pricey. For the brand is called Natural Life. And sometimes I just like to try new brands. Always. And so this is a floral little tank in a larger size, and I liked the pattern. I thought it was cute. What else did I get? I got some pants. These are maybe for me. I haven't tried them on yet. They're just Who is making these? They're from Gap. They're just a pair of Gap green, just like general pants. And I haven't tried them on yet, but those, I think I got those maybe for me. I didn't look up comps. We'll see. We'll see how they fit. I might just be selling them. I'm not sure. And then I got a little, well, these are Duluth Trading Company, some little swim shorts. And then lastly, I think the last thing is a pair of shoes. These are leather loafers and they are brand new, nothing on the bottom. I paid $7.99 and I was like, I don't know who makes these shoes. It says Nest on the inside and it's got a logo there. And it looked vaguely familiar to me, but then I was able to take out the insole and they say Michael Toshi. Michael Toshi is very high end. These are like $400 or $500 loafers that will be a slow sale. I will not fool you into saying these are going to sell quickly because I have some other Michael Toshi shoes that are still sitting because they're so expensive and they're not a brand that people usually are searching for. They're a lesser known brand, but the quality is amazing. And there is no way I could not get these for $7.99, especially in pristine condition. I'll price these for definitely over $100. I'll have to check again on comps and see. I actually didn't see anything that was exactly like these. So it's going to be an estimate and see how they do. But they are incredible. The leather on these is incredible. They're just beautiful. They're size 37, which is 6.5, 7, something like that. And they've got stitching on them. Anyway, they're really pretty shoes. Okay, so that was my little haul for the day. And thanks you guys for joining me. Please hit the like and subscribe, do all those things. Leave me a comment, like I said, on what are some mistakes that you have learned of things to avoid when reselling. I'm sure I've missed, there are definitely more than 5, and I break them continually. But hopefully the more I share them, the more I'll remember them and take them to heart. We'll see. We can always hope. Again, so thanks for joining me and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.